I have a question for you guys. When you see merchandise like this and this, sometimes you just look at it and you think, I kind of want to buy it. Like, I kind of really, really want to buy it. Especially this. This looks sick. This looks awesome. I kind of want to buy it. But then I have that realization that I don't know who the fuck these characters are. I mean, I know who these are. What the fuck is this though? One thing that kind of pisses me off about a lot of these stores is that when I go to the music album section, I mean a lot of the discs here are actually good. There's some pretty nice ones, but they never have any Japanese music albums. I never find them anywhere. Like, no matter how much I revisit this place, it just never has it. But there are actually some cool ones, some that I probably would be willing to buy it. But as a fucking weeaboo, I can't help it. Wait a minute. Is this like K-pop or some shit like that? I don't know. I'm not super familiar with the K-pop scene, but I think that might be what it is. Um, yeah, nothing here that I can really buy. I might unironically buy this book. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the idea of this book, where Jeanette McCurdy basically, because from what I understand, I think she like talks about the entertainment industry in some degree. So, how much does it cost actually? 16 euros. Maybe I will buy this just to read it. And then, I don't know, in my next video, if I ever feel like talking shit about Hollywood, I'll use that book as a reference. Probably not. AMD. What do you have to offer now? Is this like the latest? Wait a minute. This isn't AMD. This is fucking Intel. This is AMD. But this is a fucking the 5000 series. I mean, I guess that's cool and all, but I don't know, not gonna lie, I was kind of expecting them to have like the later ones. At least the 6000. I think those laptops have some pretty powerful CPUs. Maybe they have a couple of ones here. Actually, this one is. Although I can barely use it. Yeah, this isn't even like, they don't even have the fucking operating system readily available to test, so no point in that. And then there's some Intel, and more Intel. And I'm starting to kind of lose interest in this. 5,000, 5,000. Yeah, I'm fucking out of here. Now that I'm here, I might as well buy an external hard drive, because I did mention that I would buy a new one in order to save up all of Pikmin streams. So I wonder if there's anyone I can catch here. Anything of reasonable price. 4 terabytes. I wonder if that's gonna be enough though. The streams, they tend to be really fucking big. They tend to take up a lot of storage. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to. Hang on. This one is 2 terabyte. The price is also another wave of cancer that I have to deal with. Maybe 4 terabytes is fine. Possible. I don't know. The thing is, I actually already have like a 6 terabyte external hard drive, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough. Maybe I should just try to download first, and then if it gets to the point where it's not enough, I might end up just buying a new one. So maybe it's not the time to buy it just yet, but I think it's very likely that I may end up needing to rely on that if things get super hairy, because again, we're talking about a lot of live streams. Like, VTubers tend to be like daily live streamers, so we're talking about like so many fucking hours of content. I highly doubt it's gonna take like a insignificant amount of space. It's gonna take a lot of space. Yeah, none of these games interest me. I've considered buying this since it's the last one, but I don't know, man. I don't really see much of a point in buying a fucking slot machine game. 600 euros is a little bit. Well, actually, now that I think about it, it's not actually that much. I don't think it's that much when you consider the price increase and also the fact that there was a time when you had to spend practically 1,000 to get this. So I don't know. I know some people were like upset when Sony increased the price, but I didn't really get that upset, to be honest. I didn't think it was that much of a big deal. Like, I had to pay 700 from like from like what was it? No, it wasn't eBay. It was OLX. I had to spend like 700 euros. So if Sony is increasing like what, 50 bucks, and if that in any way helps in like putting these consoles in the market available for people to buy, then I don't think it's worth bitching about like a minor price increase. Like, I mean, I when I saw the news, I honestly just didn't care. I really didn't care. I mean, of course, I'm not going to care when I spend way more than that. And I already own the console, so maybe for people that are itching to buy it and still haven't been able to get it, to hear that the price is also going to increase may not be the best news ever, but I genuinely believe that in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Now, I'm sure you may be asking to yourself, why the fuck am I recording this video? What inspired me to do it? Well, I'll explain to you why. So, for about a year, I've been working at night. I've had a nightly schedule for a year. And this week, my schedule is going to change. And instead of a night shift, I'm going to have a late shift. Meaning that for the first time in a year, I can actually stay up during the day. Because I couldn't do that at all. I just couldn't do that. Obviously, I had days off, and I knew some people that used to spend those days off awake during the day, but I just couldn't do that. And the reason why I didn't do that is because I didn't want to accidentally readjust my schedule, like my sleeping schedule. And then the next time I tried working, I would just get really tired. So I ended up adapting a full, like, nocturnal schedule, which is not the healthiest schedule to have. I'm gonna be honest, like, I can speak from experience that it's not something that's particularly like mentally healthy. And so when my shifts changed, it was actually a little bit exciting to me because I thought, hey man, finally after a year, I'm actually gonna wake up, sleep like a normal ass fucking person. So that's pretty much what this video is. It's just me going outside and catching some sun. And it feels nice. It feels nice to stay awake, but not super great because I have not been feeling super well. Like, I do feel like I still need some time to readjust because, so here's what happened. So yesterday, my schedule is like from 10 p.m. to like 6 to 7 a.m. So I leave work at like morning. I arrive at my apartment and I thought to myself, hey, you know what? I'm going to use this opportunity to stay awake. Let's see how far I can stay awake during the day. And I stayed awake up until, I'd say, noon, like 12 p.m. By that point, I felt so tired that I decided to sleep. But then I woke up at 4 p.m. because I really wanted to sleep during the night. So I woke up at 4 p.m. because I knew that eventually later during the day, I would feel tired enough that I would want to sleep. And that's exactly what happened. Now, my other concern was how much sleep I would actually get. And it ended up going to about 3-4 hours of like straight consecutive sleep. And then I woke up, got a little bit hungry, so I ate like a banana. But then I tried to go back to sleep. And this is where things get a little bit weird because I didn't feel like I was in like deep sleep, but I was dreaming. I was actually dreaming. And I actually had control over my dream. If I wanted to, I could actually wake up. Like, I felt that level of control. In fact, there were times where I just straight up, hey man, let me stop dreaming for like a few seconds. I need to go to the bathroom. And then I would go back and dream again. Like, I had that like weird sense of control, which is pretty rare, but I did have it. So I felt like for the next few hours, I got enough rest that I felt pretty confident that if I woke up, I would probably be able to stay awake during the day. And when I did woke up, that was what I felt initially. Like, I woke up and I thought to myself, hey, I'm pretty much more than ready to, you know, have a normal ass fucking day awake. But then I went outside and I walked a little bit. One of the reasons for why I walked like a lot today is because the fucking streets of Lisbon are complete like confusing clusterfuck that sometimes you have to like walk in circles in order to get to certain places that are like right next to each other, but whatever. So as I kept walking more and more, eventually my body started to feel really tired, and I also started to feel like my heart rate was increasing a little bit. I've actually felt this before. Like my heart was like beating at a abnormal rate, and it was happening today as well. Like nothing serious. Like I wasn't having like a fucking heart attack or anything like that. But I did feel weird. I did feel kind of wrong and not right. And I do think that this is a result of, me being like normally at this point during the day I would be sleeping. Like because of my night schedule, I would actually be, because right now it's like 1 p.m. Normally I should be sleeping during this time, but I'm not sleeping, and I think that my body's starting to feel some of the side effects of that, and I don't know. This is when I realized that it might actually take some additional days, because I thought it would be easier to readjust, because the thing about night shifts is that you think that after a year your body would get used to staying awake during the night and sleep during the day, and to some degree that is true. But the thing is, the human body is just designed to sleep during the night. So there have been days where even though I slept relatively fine, I would still feel tired during the night, because my human body is just used to sleeping at night. So it really doesn't matter how long you've been used to. It's just something that your body is always going to instinctively sleep during that period of the day. And the same is also true during the morning or afternoon. Like, there have been times when I knew for a fact that I was tired because I worked for so many hours, but staying like the sunlight alone, like staying awake during a period where I should be sleeping, because of the sunlight alone, my body could still somehow manage to stay awake. Like, I wasn't feeling the urge to sleep. I was just like, hey, I could stay awake all day if I felt like it. That's what my body was that's what I was being signaling, even though I knew for a fact that I was tired. So I thought that alone would be like, readjusting my schedule is going to be an easy cake. But it might not be, because I definitely do feel like my body is behaving weirdly, and I don't know. I think I'm going to be fine, but it is definitely not the most comfortable feeling that I'm having. So I heard YouTube refer their bullshit fucking policy that essentially make every channel into like a baby Saturday morning cartoon, because they were a lot more stingy with the fucking swear words, but they reverted it back, which is good, I guess. But hey, Google, if you're watching this, here's a little suggestion. So this is a VOD, but this can apply to VOD, live streams, and even premieres. So notice how when I put full screen, I no longer have access to the chat anywhere. Now, on the YouTube app, there's actually a way that you can add the chat into the screen while it's on full screen, but it's not the most beautiful thing to look at. But, they do have the option. But here's something that would be even better. Why not this chat alone become its own browser tab that I can then put on a second screen? Therefore, this becomes full screen, while on the other monitor, I would see the chat. Or another thing you could do is, this is specifically for ultra wide monitors. When it's full screen, here on one of the black borders, just add the fucking chat. Wouldn't that be groovy? Wouldn't that be nice? Of course, adding this level of complexity is maybe not the most feasible thing in the world. I mean, how dare I, challenge a multi-billionaire, fucking multi-billion-dollar company to actually innovate? But, saying you could do that. That would be nice. Proton GE 7.5 came out, and one of the patch notes says, where is it? Where the fuck is it? It says update wine to latest bleeding edge, which should be at least version 8. And version 8 bragged about the fact that it had better compatibility for fucking Media Foundation shit. But guess what? Yakuza 5 still has audio sync issues. Like, fuck that game, dude. At this point, fuck that game. I'm not even gonna bother trying to play it on a fucking Linux computer. I might as well just play it on Windows. Or honestly, even just well, no. I'm gonna play it on Windows. I wanna use the restoration mods because, you know, at this point, that's pretty much one of the main incentives for revisiting the Yakuza games, just being able to play them in the original state. This is what I do on my days off.